So linear quadratic systems, linear is a straight line, but quadratic is a parabola. A parabola is that U shape. When they cross, it's still a system, and your solutions are just their intersections, but you have three different types. You could either have where they cross two places. That would mean you have two solutions or two ordered pairs. If it just scrapes the bottom and you have 1 point, which on Desmos that would be a lot more obvious to find. Desmos will pop that point up for you so you can click on it really well. That would be one solution. Or your line could miss your parabola and they may not touch at all. So no solution. The only thing that this system doesn't have is infinite, because you're never going to get a straight linear line to be a curve like a quadratic. It just doesn't happen, okay? So you'll never have infinite for this type where one's curvy and one's straight. Does that make sense? Okay, so what I want you to do, you're not going to do all four, but I want you to do A, B, and C in Desmos. Just type them all in and give me the solutions. Now, make sure you're actually giving me the ordered pairs and not just telling me 1, 2, or nothing. I want to know what the answers are if you have answers. Okay? What did you guys have for lunch today?
Buffalo chicken.
You guys are all sleepy. Like you had soup or something.
I was expecting
She
chicken
gets
for
getting better
lunch.
and better. It used to suck. But, not bad.
That's fine. Yep. Looks great. A, B, and C. You can skip D. You can do it if you have time. It's just first three are good enough. You may need to zoom in or zoom out to get the correct points. So play with your window if you need to. Tell me what the order pair is. Getting close. Okay, got it. So if you just click around it, a gray point will pop up. Yeah. That's why, negative X. So put a negative in front of it. And that should fix it. If you click around it, it'll pop up a gray point. Just click it. Okay, here we go. Letter A. How How many solutions did we have? 2, 1, or nothing? None, no solution. What about B? 2, 1, or nothing? And what was it? Good. With this one, I told a couple of you guys, because you guys were zooming in trying to get the exact point. If you're like zoomed in enough and you just click close to it, Desmos will pop up a gray point and then you can just click the gray point. That makes it a lot easier. So if you click near it, it'll pop up. And then for C, how many answers did you have? 2. Who can give me one of the 2? Grace? 4, comma, what? Just 3? And what's the second one then, Wyatt?
5,
5, 5. Do we agree? Yeah? Okay. We have any questions on those? Okay. Let's do the EOC questions for these. I'm going to let you do all 3 of them, and then we'll just go over them together. But read your questions. Only give it what it wants. All right, we're going to go over these. So, for number 1, notice how it labeled your boxes. First thing, you only need to give one of the solutions, but how many did you actually have? 2. You only need 1. But again, look at how your boxes are labeled. Am I putting the entire ordered pair into one box? No. What do I put into box 1, depending on which point you picked? 9. Or if you picked the other point, did anybody pick the other point? You all picked the 9, okay? What's your Y value for the 9?
12.
So you had to type it in like this. The other answer was -7 and 76, so you probably had to zoom out a lot to see that one. But 9, 12 is great. What I can't have is I can't have you putting 9, 12 as an ordered pair into that box, okay? All right, we're going to skip to number 3 just because it's up here. Number 3, you couldn't type it into Desmos, but that's because they printed the picture for you. You just needed to write the ordered pair yourself, okay? So how many answers do you have? 2. But it only needs a solution. It only needs 1. So there's still 2 possible answers here. Who can give me one of the 2? Marley? 2 and 5 could have been one answer, and what was our second answer that we could have had, Dean? 5 and -1. So I don't care which one you had, you just needed one of the two. Were we okay with that one? Just be careful that you don't mix up your x and your y. Your x goes first, your y goes second. And this one only did have one solution, and what was it? -3, -1. Did anybody have any issues with this one? No? Any issues with the rest of them? Any questions?